Every week, the Xfinity Editors pick the TV show, movie, or special event they are most excited about right now. This week, we kick things off with our very own Xfinity TV editor, Sammy. Sammy, which premiere are you looking forward to?
All right, my pick for this week is for the Jacob Elordi Hive, his new film Saltburn, which hits streaming this week. Let's take a look at the trailer.
You all right?
Yeah, I've got a flat tire.
Take my bike.
Hey, that is so kind. Thank you. I'm sorry I don't know your name. I'm Felix.
Oliver.
Oliver. Oliver, I love you. I love you. All right, cheers, Ollie.
My parents, they've got problems.
What kind of? What do you mean problems?
I don't think I'll ever go home again.
Well, why don't you come home with me? Come to Saltburn.
Mr. Quick.
Wow.
And here he is now.
Oh, beautiful eyes. Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, I told you it wasn't a minger.
Oh, but darling, you're kind about everyone. You can't be trusted.
I had them hang up an old school dinner jacket. We dressed for dinner here.
Dressed for dinner?
Yeah, it's like black tie.
I think I like you even more than last year's one. You're so,
So what?
real.
This psychological thriller follows the fish out of water trope, following a very normal young student at Oxford who's drawn into the world of a handsome and charming aristocrat, his family's estate called Saltburn. I'll let you guess from the trailer which one of those people is the very normal young college student and which one is the handsome and charming aristocrat.
You did it twice.
Yeah. I said it 2 times.
Yes.
Oh, Aristocats is really one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's how I learned the word aristocrat. So it's the predominant word that I default to in my brain. This film, this film has a pretty stacked cast from the currently very busy Jacob Elordi, who you may know from Euphoria or more recently for playing Elvis in Priscilla. And then Barry Keoghan, who is in Killing of a Sacred Deer, and also more recently the Banshees of Inisherin. Also in the cast is Rosamund Pike, Ewan Mitchell, who is in House of the Dragon, and Carrie Mulligan, who is in Promising Young Women, as well as many other movies and TV. And speaking of Promising Young Women, Saltburn is written and directed by Emerald Fennell, who also wrote and directed Promising Young Women. I think she's one of the best new directors to the scene. She also was in Barbie. Speaking of Barbie, she played Midge, which I just think is a hilarious cameo. I don't know. This trailer really got me. I think the concept of having your estate being called something, especially something as cool as Saltburn, is just very badass and very Game of Thrones. So I love Jacob Elordi. I think he's very pretty to look at, and I'm very excited for this movie. Maddie, I know you've seen it. I know you gave it 5-star on Letterboxd.
I wish I could curse on this show because this movie is incredible. Like, it is absolutely insane. I would just say that it is more raunchy and inappropriate and shocking than the trailer lets on. So I would not watch this movie with parents. I would not watch this movie with anyone you'd be uncomfortably silent with when watching. I did see it in a movie full of people, and it was in a theater full of people, and I left that movie just feeling so excited about like the state of the movie industry. It is fabulous. I think it's the Babylon of this year. I know there were people you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. And I absolutely loved it. And I think both of you are really, really gonna like this.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. I mean, this is, in terms of cast, like, sign me up. All of these actors are excellent. That alone gets me in the door. But hearing your review and thoughts on it, and the trailer, that's great. I love one of these. It feels like from the trailer like it's a slow burn. I don't know if that's how it eventually comes off, but I'm in for it.
Saltburn, slow burn.
Oh yes. I should say, I find naming your house something. I think that's one of the most obnoxious things you can possibly do. I live near a house where they've got the name outside on a little lit up sign, and it's not even, I mean, it's a nice house, but it's not like an estate. It's just a house. And I just can't imagine like the pretentiousness of naming your house. We're all gathering at Fern Lily.
So you're saying your home does not have a name?
No, I have not named my.
That sounds like an area of opportunity, David. I can't name my apartment.
Right. Yeah. Yes, my 3-bedroom house should absolutely have a name. It is where all the movers and shakers gather. All the 1% comes here to hang out with me and all my action figures. Thank you, Sammy. Maddie, what are you looking forward to this week?
Wow, I'm really hyped up from Sammy's pick. I hope I can keep up the good energy. So I am super excited to watch Maestro, the latest from director, actor, superstar Bradley Cooper. Let's take a look at the trailer.
If summer doesn't sing in you, then nothing sings in you. And if nothing sings in you, then you can't make music. Something she told me.
Hello, I'm Lenny.
Hello, Felicia.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Tell me about her.
Oh, she's wonderful. She's a lovely girl.
What age are we living in? One can be as free as one likes without guilt or confession. Please, I know exactly who you are.
He can be the first great American conductor.
There's a price for being in my brother's orbit, you know that.
I feel like I'm just gonna ascend after hearing that. Yeah, so Maestro, this title is getting a bunch of award season buzz already, and I think rightfully so. This movie looks beautiful, and Bradley Cooper has proved himself to be a fantastic director, so I have no reason to believe that this will not be anything short of great. This is a biographical drama. That's a hard word for Elmo. That centers... Is that what I say it right? Biographical? Why is it tripping me up? It's a biopic, okay? It centers around American...
Oh my God, Maddie.
This movie is not that funny, I promise. It centers around American composer Leonard Bernstein and his relationship with his wife Felicia. Again, written, directed, and starring Bradley Cooper. This movie is produced by Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg. Come on. Carey Mulligan co-stars with him, and she is just the best. I love her so much. So I'm excited to watch this, obviously because of all the fantastic people that worked on this film, but also because I don't know much about Leonard Bernstein. I know he's revered as one of the great conductors and musicians of his time, but I don't know much more outside of that, to be honest. So Netflix has just been pumping out, as always, a ton of movies this year, but a bunch of legit award contenders this year, such as obviously Maestro, Rustin. I think the Wes Anderson shorts are probably a shoo-in for a short film category. So just thank you, Netflix, because I love being able to watch these Oscar-worthy films in the comfort of my own home. I'm going to go study the dictionary now, because why was that such a challenging word for me to get out? Anyway.
How you can not tell me that the person on this poster is not Dennis Quaid? How is this not Dennis Quaid?
It does give Dennis Quaid vibes. You're kind of right.
Was that also Matt Bomer in the trailer?
He is in this film, yeah.
And Sarah Silverman.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, she was the one who was like, there's a price to pay for being in my brother's orbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't clock her.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. And wonder if Bradley Cooper will get a directing nomination for this.
Yeah, I think the buzz around town is that this might not get nominated for Best Picture, but there's a chance for director and a chance for both Bradley and Carey Mulligan in the actor and actress categories. But we'll see. I have to see it first. I don't know. I can't really weigh in, but I have high expectations for this one.
2 good picks so far, so I'm going to try and bring it home. And since this is our last show of the year and we're taking a little break in January, I couldn't miss the opportunity to tell you about a big TV series return happening next month, and that is True Detective Night Country, which premieres January 14th on HBO. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Don't you ever get this feeling that sometimes you just want to disappear, just walk out, never stop?
This is Alaska. Nobody ever really leaves.
I don't know what the hell they're doing together. Thought they hated each other.
You think I want to work with you?
I do, actually. Yeah. We've got 5 bodies frozen into a giant block of flesh. And no answers. We found this.
I've seen that before. Years ago.
You know the stuff that's happening in this town.
My job is to keep everyone safe.
Dead bodies, weird circumstances.
If you're not familiar with True Detective, it's a crime anthology series that premiered in 2014 with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson searching for a serial killer in Louisiana. Season 2 featured Colin Farrell and Rachel McAdams investigating the murder of a politician in California. And Season 3 followed Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff as they searched for missing children in Arkansas. And in the upcoming Season 4 of True Detective, which is subtitled Night Country, Oscar winner Jodie Foster and professional boxer Callie Reese play detectives investigating the disappearance of 8 men at an Arctic research station in Alaska. I absolutely loved this show when it premiered nearly 10 years ago, but I think most people agree that seasons 2 and 3 didn't quite live up to the hype generated by the first installment. I think this is a perfect time to reignite the franchise. I love the idea of setting this in Alaska and then premiering it in the dead of winter. And I'm really excited to see Jodie Foster back doing her sort of Clarice Starling thing again. I think it's a really cool role for her. And also John Hawkes, who is one of my favorite actors, is in this as well. There's a couple other notable stars. I'm ready to bring True Detective back into my life and add this as one of those things you can look forward to every summer, or in this case, winter. Did either of you ever watch True Detective?
Yes, I was a big fan of season 1. I watched that when it came out. It was right when I started really getting into like detective-y murder dramas. I didn't watch seasons 2 and 3 because I didn't hear the best things about it. But this one has looped me back in. This has definitely made it to my list. I love a good like weekly whodunit. And in the winter, crime, wintertime, January. What more can you ask for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this trailer makes me feel. I hadn't seen this trailer before. This feels like a little bit of a return to form. I've watched all 3 seasons and felt the same about the second one. The third one felt super promising. I really liked the first couple episodes. And then it didn't really fall off. I was getting a little confused by the end.
The time jumps were so difficult.
And I think that I really loved the idea of it. I don't know how well the execution went over for me, but I think this is like a perfect role for Jodie Foster. And like I said, like you said, the setting and everything, I think lends itself really well to kind of that mysterious, creepy, True Detective theme that we all know and love. So I'm with you. This is going to be a live watch for me. I'm assuming this is a Sunday show, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Sunday, 9 p.m., the classic HBO time slot.
Oh, I look forward to this just so that we can talk about it collectively on Mondays, which is almost like why we call this appointment TV.
Hey.
But it's exactly that. It's the did you watch last night these clues. What? Who did it? Maybe it's that guy. I don't know.
Why is it a frozen block of flesh? Gross. Well, I'm very excited to chat about it, and you can check out all the TV shows we just discussed and so much more simply by saying what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote.